A fucking pipe vape. God damn it.
Okay,
I would
fine.
buy that. Hey, that's cool.
Shut up. Just no.
No, make me.
Last off. On head. Neck.
Headbands.
Psychic.
Oh yeah, we had to buy those.
I mean,
No, Jade's buying it. Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. I never said anything. Nope. Jade's getting
So-
it.
We're gonna
fuck.
give you one that enhances the psychic fuckery.
Do not.
light out. Oh no, keeping all my psychic fucker on the inside. Go ahead and add buy one psychic of happen slide.
Yeah.
Let me see. Somewhere around here, I have my sheet.
Head.
Okay.
Uh, this.
That's a humidifier. Oh.
Ugh.
We.
Oh,
Boom.
Captain.
Hmm.
Huh. Raven isn't positively miserable.
All right. Yeah. Let's see how Jade is doing. 94.
Suppose I should do battle with Chrome to see if it'll load for me. Come on. I don't believe in you.
Also, those glasses. You said they added a plus what to perception?
Uh,
Yeah.
I think it was something like that.
12.
Bobby shot face.
No, I'm talking about I rolled a 12 for the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bunny is not doing good.
Vivian's kind of in the same boat. She got a 13.
Oh
The
no,
bunny
the kitty is not funny
is
or not.
probably still dealing with the whole talking weird thing, and he's not doing. No.
I
Bird got a
got
64.
The gasp.
Question.
less.
no. My stuff won't be properly set up until all around Friday. It's okay.
That's okay.
I got music I can throw on for myself and disable the share with other stuff.
I have.
It is. It's very nice. and you got Vivian and Owen in the back going, this is terrible.
Not having that.
Hey, it's a bit of a throwback, but what were the basic weapons first rolls? I can't seem to find that in the PDF I got. Just basic bitch ass knives. Yeah,
I
light
think
knives.
the ones. I think the ones we got were just a 1d4.
Yeah, and I think you. Yeah, weren't they all basically 1d4s with
No fresh bonus.
I don't remember what their fresh bonus was on those.
I think dark. Yeah, that.
Unless
Okay.
by hand.
Okay. I thought that might have been the case, but I wasn't sure. I do remember that mine was a 5 and Zitrun's was something like a 2 or something. What the hell? I have perks everywhere.
Knife stabber is like what do I got on my talking about like the knife? I'm pretty sure it's a 1d4 and an 8 and a 6.
Well, Bird is just kind of sitting there bemused with themselves and actually enjoying looking at the lag of perception and reality. It's like, this isn't entirely unpleasant.
Initiate. Told you so.
It's still a bitch. Thanks.
Use a bitch.
You're just mad I got better plumage.
I don't have plumage, so that's not even applicable.
Exactly. Darn it, plumage ass bitch. Nervous ass rat can't even keep their feathers in.
I've got all my. Well, I've got my hair still. The hair on my head and my eyebrows.
That feels like a lie.
Mm.
Why do they seem like they're tattooed on? Ah, fuck it, I'm in a good mood.
Well, anybody got some cards on them?
Can't help you there. Just gotta.
Yeah, they got a card.
I'm down.
On
All right.
This sounds
I'm down.
extremely made up.
Eric. Nothing.
Do what with a weapon?
You guys gonna say and station.
True.
Yeah, that does kind of make sense that they could print something.
Can't
I
really.
think
print
Vivian
too
would
much.
want something non-projectile in nature.
Bird is gonna have a strike of inspiration. I am going to make a sword in the way of my people. From the times past before the... It just kind of wanders off, muttering about the times long gone in their history. Before we had to deal with those damn fungal bastards!
Nothing.
I have an Omni mic. It doesn't let me do that.
Oh.
He gonna make a essentially a gladius, but of steel.
All right, so hair is tangled. That headband, what did you call it? All right. I would consider it armor or
I'd say
something.
apparel, functional apparel, because it's not. I mean, I'd imagine it could take damage from being attacked, but it doesn't give you an armor value, does it?
Yeah, I would say it's an accessory.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a,
No, the gladius is the short sword. I think you're thinking of the. No, I think you're thinking of the scissor.
Uh,
Just
oh.
type in Roman gladius. It's their little stabby bronze short sword, but he wants it made out of steel because bronze is for beaches.
A big thing I've noticed is some people often confuse the gladius somehow with the Xiphos. The gladius has the shape of a leaf, whereas the Xiphos has a single edge.
Yeah, the Xiphos is a hacky slashy, but the gladius is a stabby. Could slash if you wanted to.
Oh, it was meant for all three roles. The reason that the Romans loved it.
It was excellent at stabbing, though.
Like Bonds and his gladius, which is more like a Prius.
I knew he had it. Not weird. Okay.
Oh.
Pound.
Okay.
Almost.
2 pounds. 20-inch. 1d8. Perfect. Yeah.
I'm really digging this music.
Off.
Hey. Oh fuck! I should have mentioned that. I was having Zitrone force Jade to put that little vial on the black market because she's a fucking degen. Don't smell it.
Just from down the hall. Don't smell it!
I'm not gonna smell it, and I will put it on the market when we get back to the station because I don't want to go onto the auction house I usually go to while we're on the ship out.
Yeah, just don't
Kind of.
smell it.
Pass it.
Yeah. Yeah, not gonna do that. That's a headache in itself. Constantly, zoop, 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 in and out, in and out, in and out.
That's for you to worry about. That's why I gave it to you, so you can do your thing and then get it done. I'm gonna just go make a thing just in case.
And about how much
Here,
did you
one
say
sec, guys.
was in the vial? Like how many
Oh, there's
milliliters?
like Hold on, let me roll for it.
I
Yeah, because I decided to concentrate it.
well, it was
Well-
like separating out.
And what is
All right, so you have about 9 ounces there.
okay.
Yeah, just don't smell that. Whatever
Okay,
you do.
What is the name of Zitron's people?
Rodella. Or in his case,
Concentrated.
you would just call him a demon, because that's what everybody else calls him. 'Cause all the damn splicing they did to his little feet and stuff.
Concentrated Rodella pheromones. 9 ounces. Okay.
I could literally use his sweat as a weapon.
Mm-hmm. All right, 9 ounces of concentrated Rodella pheromones.
Eurodella.
Fine.
Okay, how do you spell that?
Urodela.
American.
Appa.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
Ah, I see. Salamander demon. Ink demon.
Two. Someone. Wait, what?
Sorry, I had Java cookie in my mouth. What?
But
Um.
Demonium.
Demonium.
demonium sounds like an ore, bruh.
What is this? What is this ore? Demonium. What does
Demonium.
it do?
Well,
It's like, why do you call it that? It's extremely radioactive.
Also, it
demonium-
screams. It screams when you tap it on stuff. Watch. Ding.
So we've got a bit of a problem there. Kinda.
What?
Not necessarily, but how it works is you're basically translating Latin to Latin when you use English like that. But because how English is structured, it's not structured. I mean, that's not inherently wrong. But
Like adding.
Oh,
eh,
Oh.
Spanglish.
Basic.
eh. But how like Latin works is if you're gonna name something, you wouldn't call it like Urodella Demonium. You would rather actually just drop the and use because it depends on the context and they use the verbiage what it's being used for that determines it. Because technically, demon in Latin is just daemon, which is just pronounced demon. That's like the fucking. That's one of the things is just if you want to say demon in Latin, just say demon because you're already saying it, but don't spell it with an e. Spell it with an ae.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's because
Yeah,
how it
that
is in Latin, but its pronunciation is exactly the same as it is in English. Because if you look at the linguistics, Latin became the English alphabet.
right.
Sticks.
I mean, their
Shut up.
alphabet is kind of
Hmm.
jumbled.
Nah.
Yeah, but it is based off the Grecian alphabet, but you can straighten those out and make a relatively normal alphabet.
5.
Do you really need them as it is?
Well, see, they didn't do that stupid shit we did and have silent letters. They just didn't include those fucking letters because they weren't needed.
because they were silent.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is. Lock. Or like,
Just no.
Yeah, English is a weird language.
It's just a language that runs around beating up other languages and stealing their vowels.
why do you have the? Be happy.
In a nutshell, yeah.
I'm pretty much
Yeah,
selling
that's pretty
bags
much
of
it.
it. You haven't had one. Kind of. I just,
Just fucking look over at Dark Cat and just see Satsu's sticker just. This is also going to use the creation engine.
No,
Mm.
Burb is that creation engine.
Yeah,
I
Burb.
know.
Burb.
No.
Listen, I don't know.
Whatever.
All I know is is that Lizard also going to go to creation engine because he needs to use it.
Lizard would be seeing Burb off to one side, practicing their switches and their stabs. It has
Alright,
such
yourself.
good balance! Maybe I misjudged these little angry robo-swarms.
Don't hurt yourself.
I am invincible! Clacks
Careful.
silent blade into knee. Ah! Fuck!
Just pow. Oh,
Mm.
that part hurts too.
I will remember this for punishment. Ah!
And just sit here and just. Alright, you pretty machine. I require you to give me a shield. But hold on. As it turns over here, scrolling through a bunch of the shield types.
Babble. Down.
Eater. Hey.
Action. Flat. Metal. Method. Right.
Thank you. He's solely picking options because he's got an idea in his head, just in case it's needed.
On that psychic shield, by the way, you said it adds. Did you say 80 resistance when turned on fully?
Yes. There are going to be a lot of attacks. Psychic. Having at least. More damage it takes the weaker it gets.
So, what does it start off on?
So
What
right
does it
now,
start off on low level?
off it. Max out. Max. Passive. Action. Adds.
So would there be any detriment to just having it on max, or
It, but having rank back kind of in it. I kind of
He's like, I'm getting brain freeze in my nose.
not the pumped up about.
Okay, so for the moment, having it deactivated makes sense. But if some weird shit comes around, then she can turn it on. If really weird shit starts to happen, she can turn it way up.
And bird does not have teeth and enjoys blueberries, so this is okay.
Oh,
Ah,
and I suppose
oh, that is odd.
how do you?
Yeah, I think that's.
It's
It's like, I now know what hellfire tastes like.
has decided on what they want their.
They do. They would prefer a more trusty scutum, but they're not gonna make it out of just Spanish stuff. They're thinking about using some sort of nano-laminated aluminum.
Yeah?
Yeah. Rather than polycarbonate, because polycarbonate's strong, but it's meh. But because the aluminum is unlike polycarbonate, which is really durable, it's stiff. Whereas nano-laminated aluminum does what aluminum does, and the little fucker likes to sink when it gets hit, so it disperses the power even more. They're basically using aluminum glass for the shield.
Okay, so you're going with the Viking shield approach of it's so soft it absorbs the damage before it transfers.
Yeah, basically, which it's
It's
easier to
got
repair.
purple zones.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. But their thinking is they thought about a round targe of some kind or a Viking shield, but given their small stature, they decided that this Roman scutum would be the best one because it has a large width and it has a good height to it, and because of its shape, it disperses energy around it rather than absorbing it directly in the center.
Well, it's also 50 inches tall. I think you can crouch behind it entirely.
Exactly, it's perfect for him, and because they'll be making it, I mean, he's somebody else might struggle with it, but he knows he can one-hand the shield, and it's meant for
Because
him.
he has this trunk.
It is only
No.
13 pounds. Let's see. With your material modifications, I'd say it's
Probably like, I don't know, let's see, 50 inches of aluminum glass layered.
I
Usually layer glass hundreds of times. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like 80 pounds.
no, it'd be lighter than that. Go with like
Okay.
50 pounds. It's gonna be chunky, but it'll
Ah,
keep you
good.
safe.
I'm gonna throw that at somebody one of these days.
That's an option. It
Ah! What the fuck?
does
What did you do?
Jesus Christ! Are you okay? No, he just. Oh God, my head!
He threw
Oh,
a door
it's-
at me.
In the mirror, side of my head is squished in. Fuck!
Oh, the
Bitch.
nerd.
Just a little angry bitch.
For now, since you guys are all still like level 0 pretty much, I'm just gonna keep its damage reduction 40. It can get increased later. Sound fair?
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Lever has been fully inscribed.
It has.
Yes.
Uh,
He made it into a thermal cooling rod.
let's see. Are there any interdictions? There is a beep from the navigation console, and John jumps up to look at it for a second before looking around, and then sitting back down where he was.
Those are I was watching somebody play that. Those are terrifying and Elite Dangerous.
Dude, it is. It is stressful as shit.
Yeah. And it's like nobody move and you'll probably survive.
Oh, Bird also would like to make a scabbard for the Gladius. Or the Birdius, if you will.
Yeah. It'll
Don't you mean a
have come.
scabbard?
It'll have come with one.
Oh,
That's-
okay. Perfect. The scabbard is good to go.
If you would have made you should have made a scabbard with a knife, like a point on the end of it that you could uncover, so it's just the scabbard.
Just
No. See, a scabbard has a slit cut in the end of it, and then it's all made of leather, so that when you stab it towards somebody, the leather sheath peels back, and the actual sword tip pokes into the person. Unlike a scabbard, which goes on the back and has a long slit along the sides, you can back wield.
Those are awesome.
Or back carry, I guess.
I proved it's quite effective.
I think the Japanese used to do something similar. They tried it for a little bit. They had some rice paper that would hold the blade in, but if they needed to, they could just whip it out.
Well, yeah, I think they were doing that for their ridiculously long katanas that had their own special name.
Yeah, the Ujikatana. Not the Ujikatanas, or was it the...
Udachi.
Oh, you got that.
So great.
Because, like, otherwise,
Ujikatana's
there's
my
no way
favorite.
you were pulling that in one clean motion.
Just 1 second, I'm pulling it out of the scabbard.
You have a katana, and you have the they're called
There's the smaller one for, like, parrying, isn't there?
yeah, but
Or, well, I guess you could use it for parrying if you're doing the dual wield style.
What about the triple wielding style?
Didn't exist.
Dabat. You mean anime lied to me?
I am sorry, anime land only shows us what we could be, not what we are.
Ah, I didn't come here to be prophesied to. This is strange.
the problem with like the Japanese swords is you got the no dachi, the old dachi, the jin tachi, the wakazashi, the kanto, the aikuchi, the kana, the tachi. It's fucking confusing.
It
A
does.
lot of tachis.
But basically, the reason it matters as no dachi is anything I think that's over like 90 centimeters. So yeah.
Yeah.
Long dachi,
Big
if
fuck
you will.
off sword.
And there's never really, because like, despite what people tell you, Wikipedia is a nice place to get information about, like a lot, because it's just been weaved over so much of so many people and so many historians. They've got a good compendium, but there's all these independent sites, and like when a lot of people think of, they most like a lot of people's exposure to it's usually through an anime or a video game. And so they only think there's like one katana. And you understand that katana
Right,
is a sword, but there are types of katanas. Like O katana is what it's known as. Literally O katana. It's just a katana, because it's still a katana, but bigger. But it's not, which is technically makes it, I think, an odachi, but it's still also considered O katana. It just depends on, it's a fucking weird ass dialect thing, regional thing, Smith thing.
It depends on the sound you make when you see it.
Oh!
Oh,
And then the no dachi. No! I want to point out that the Nodachi was almost as long as a fucking Naginata.
Yeah. And then wasn't there a Tai Dachi or something at one point?
Fucking the Japanese
Probably.
man.
Man, Naginatas are pretty cool looking.
They're beefy. I wonder.
Oh.
I don't remember the exact stats, but I think I remember researching at one point that they were actually heavier than a claymore.
There's a bamboo hat.
A great big long half to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't its purpose to chop fucking horses in half?
A lot of swords did that.
No, the Naginata's purpose was so women of the clans could defend if the men died. That way they'd be able to swing something hard enough to compete with a man's natural muscle using a katana.
Which is
Hey,
kind of
literally-
a roundabout way of saying, yeah, the women are strong, but we're not going to admit it. Because it takes some strength to swing the damn thing.
Oh, they're
Well,
heavy.
It was less the strength, and it was just to get the raw power you'd need to try and overwhelm another trained samurai. If you're not trained with the katana yourself, regardless of gender, you're not doing it. But the Naginata had a lot of reach, and if there were 2 or 3 of them, they could overwhelm their skill and their practice with their own blade, because there's fucking 3 of them swinging those big-ass arcing, which is essentially just a katana on the end of a stick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Plus they look
Everyone
cool.
forgets that Europe also had this in the form of, it's literally just called staffs.
Mhm.
What's that? Staff sword.
All right,
Does it have
something
a
else
name?
I'd like to
Staff sword.
Something else I'd like to point out. Video games have people thinking that Zweihanders, Claymores, Bastard Swords are slow.
No.
We have recreated historical martial arts of those being used. They're fucking fast. Like, that is a 5.5 foot, 6 foot long blade. And these motherfuckers have literal motion, like combat styles, where normal swords are like a flourishy, yeah. No, they just got these full arm swings, and they'll swirl them under their fucking shoulders and shit, and they're just aggressive. It's like fighting a lumber mill.
Yeah, they're basically using pole fighting techniques, but with a sword, because they got like 3 different points to grab it from. 4, technically.
Yes, all kinds of stuff. And of
Yeah.
course, Ivy ended up being one of those people using one of those giant ass swords too.
Yeah, because they could two-hand it.
Ivy ended up having a lot of weird things about her.
Just hoarding weapons in her inventory.
I'll take
never-
this. I'll take this.
Oh, you're not using that anymore? I'll take that.
Literally, a dead guy takes his weapon.
Like, I'm just gonna.
Let me just add to my collection.
Why do you keep picking up all the enemy's weapons? That one's literally just a tooth.
I know. That's the important thing.
My tooth now. You don't even sell them.
Shh. It's mine.
Who you really have to have a talk with her about her hoarding problem.
She's probably got a giant room in their house just absolutely packed full of all kinds of weapons.
She brings up his hoarding problem in the form of, concubines. This isn't about me, it's about you. At least mine clean themselves.
It's like, at least mine clean me.
Oh, right, cheese dip. Alright, so yeah. Zichun's making that, and then he's just going to happily flex his shield a few times and get comfortable. Basically, just going to now wear it on his arm to break it in, so it's not inconveniencing him when he needs it the most.
Right.
Getting used to it, the weight of it and the feel, all that sort of thing. That makes sense.
So I'm going to have him just walking around doing that while I go and check the cheese dip.
I think Vivian is going to see about getting herself a gun.
Mhm.
He's going to
Gun.
browse the different types. Yes.
Alright. So, let's see. The guns that are unlocked right now consist of rubber bullet percussive action. There's the single loaded flare gun, which could be useful. There's the hammer gun, which are only really useful at close range, but pack enough of a punch that you're pretty sure it could punch a hole through a 2-inch steel I-beam.
Oh.
And there's the a list of airsoft guns for some reason. Apparently, John is very interested in fake sports.
He likes his games.
Likes his
Not
games.
fake if it's fun.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that you can swap out the regular plastic pellets for something that eats biological material. There you go. Now it's deadly.
Oh god, it's enzyme pellets.
Yeah, there you go.
Do not.
Really acidic pellet.
It's just a form of the enzyme found in pineapples, but it's been matured over thousands of years and it now can eat through iridium.
It's gained sapience and it's not happy about it.
You brought me into this bullshit!
Well, seeing as that it's generally less than lethal stuff, she's gonna see about finding a nice long melee weapon, because she got a big body and she can use it.
Alright. What kind of melee weapon are you looking for?
Well, I was thinking something like a spear, or a naginata is also very good, or let's see. Well, I suppose you could say a full sword because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is it? There are halberds, I suppose, and pole axes. And then, of course, there are your good old hitting sticks.
You had Stick. You had the answer. What's wrong with Stick? You've taken it and given it stick rectile dysfunction.
No, erectile stick function.
Yeah.
Oh, itchy.
Are you itchy?
Top of my head decided, hey, you should scratch me. Nah, I think I'm good. No, you should scratch me.
No, it's fine. No. You should scratch me.
Yeah, no. Motherfucker, it's doing it again. I got out of the shower like 30 minutes ago. Eat a dick!
Like a week or two ago, and I was like, okay, final scratch. And it's like, oh, there's a piece of glass here.
The candy cane is secretly dropping small amounts of itch powder on top of your head, the ceiling.
Oh, if that gets found out, Candy Boom is getting beat.
So let's see. Somewhere in here, I have the document. Where we using? That's right. We were doing future, so we would have both Europe and Asia.
But we would have all of the weapons on the planet. I just don't have stats for everything.
Okay, let's see. That's firearms. Combat. Open.
Wait, what's going on?
Ivy's printing himself a weapon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ivy somewhere on another planet. What?
Eh?
You know, I kind of imagine that she's skilled enough with her magic, she can just create one. Possibly out of wind.
Just podcast. Poof! I have a sword. What?
It's just like this strange swirling thing. It's like, what is that? It's a sword. What's it made of? Air.
Stuff.
Alakablam, I have disappeared this man.
Alright, let's see. Axes, spears. Oh, I need to open the other one and look at that too. So yes, Vivian's just browsing um that's firearms. I don't need firearms. Oh, and we don't have the same thing with Asia quite yet. Do I have any information on that printed? Oh, that's classes and stuff. Never mind.
Oh, now you decide to show up. After spooking the captain.
What?
The ship drops out of warp.
Queen.
Basically, nobody's strapped in, so everyone give me a physicality check.
Now, fuck you, I got a shield.
Jigus.
Oh, dear.
I came prepared with a literal fucking shield.
Just goes skidding across the floor on it. Whee!
Yay, 61.
That's a fail.
10.
Yay!
Ford rolled
Got
96.
another 13.
47.
Orb is
Me
the only
knowing-
one that passed.
Me knowing I got a 100.
I'm gonna say that Board just like what is it? I'm gonna say that Bird was able to glide themselves to a stop because wingies.
Whoosh.
Wingies. Makes sense.
And Bird is flightless, but Bird can glide and will stab you in the neck.
Alright. After the ship drops out of warp, it promptly shuts down all systems, and that faint hissing of a life support system providing everyone in the crew with oxygen kind of stops in the background as all the lights dim and then flicker off. And then the artificial gravity goes out, and there's this wubbing in the background that I don't have an audio for because it's a copywritten sound for some reason.
Captain,
No,
did
hold
you
on.
pay the parking ticket from the last station?
Pretty sure, comes a shout from somewhere down in the ship. It's basically impossible to see anything right now. Everything is just pitch black. And then there's
My dark
this.
vision does not work.
No, it doesn't. And then there's this ethereal greenish yellow light that kind of peers in between any of the cracks and windows, sweeping over the ship.
Bird is going to swim to safety and not be seen by said sushi lights.
How are you gonna do that?
Got wingies and I'm in air with no gravity. I'm practically swimming.
Hmm.
Fair, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Just
Turn. He wants to go to the ceiling, and he's got an idea. Oh, he's got his shield on. He could just push himself against it and create momentum.
This is true.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, he's going to the ceiling mostly because, he's already drifting that way, so he might as well get somewhere where he can stop for a second. Little lizard.
So did he just basically take his shield off his arm and push against it to get to the ceiling?
Not even really that. He just kind of pushed his arm down and kind of put his knees in it and just... Yeah.
That thing where you try to pick yourself up in a laundry basket.
Yeah, basically. That's essentially what he was going through, is just he was trying to pick himself up whilst wearing a sack. Yeah, I got it on warm.
How's Vivian handling this sudden lack of friction?
Well, if she can't reach anything, she's not really in a good position to do anything about it. Except just kind of float
The
there.
ladders.
He's
dreaded
doing the thing
ladder.
that cats do in those old training videos.
Just got her limbs out reaching for stuff. Can she reach anything? She was by the creation engine, but then she got launched.
You were by the creation engine. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any handholds on it, and
Yeah,
the
well, she got
automatic
launched
system
away
didn't
from it
deploy any.
anyways.
It looks like you aren't near anything to grab onto right now. You're just kind of floating there where you were standing. The light bit of
Where she bounced off the wall.
yeah.
Nerd. Well, in that case, she's just gonna wait until she can reach something, kind of attempt to twist herself a little bit and see if she can change uh, her momentum to see if she can wiggle herself closer to anything and get it.
uh, you're pretty close to the stairs right now.
All right, she's going to attempt to shift her mass and such so that some part of her can reach the stairs.
All
She's
right.
got
Zero G cat.
so
Cat body doesn't understand. There is no down.
Is trying to constantly write and ends up just spinning slowly. Just...
it's like get beat it.
Give me a physicality.
Okay,
To not like launch yourself at the adjacent wall.
3.
A 3. Okay. So you
Little
touch
frigid.
on the wall under the staircase that's kind of just like it almost looks like it's been stabbed into the wall. There's no supports other than the steps that are there. And it's a lot lighter than you were expecting. Probably one of the few experiences you have with zero G. So you push off with way too much force and end up just kind of drifting over to the other side of the room instead.
just spinning slowly to the other side.
Nah, 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 nah.
Alright,
Nah,
so
nah,
I'm fail
nah,
on that.
nah.
Yep, go ahead and mark a fail on that. Raven, Wham flow their way over to something that at least had a thing they can grab,
An edge.
an edge. Jade, what you do?
Well, Jade is going to kind of look around, and you said it's pitch black, right?
It's pretty pitch black except for that ethereal yellow light that's peeking in through any of the windows.
She gonna turn her nipples on to a white light so that she can get a little light.
Like, even
God,
your nipples
Daba.
stay off.
No.
The
That's
flashlight is
concerning.
malfunctioning.
That's concerning. My nipples aren't turning on.
Uh,
Ha!
if you
That's
can,
not
could
really
you
relevant right
maybe
now.
turn around?
Oh, she's gonna turn around.
Yeah, that's bad.
What?
You don't have any lights on the back of your head, which means
Huh?
both of our subsystems aren't connected right now.
So if we
Hey.
die, we die.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Club of Consequences. Hi, my name is Zitron.
I am
Well,
Bird, otherwise known as Ray-Ban.
They're 4 feet of bastard.
And damn proud of it.
So, well, real quick, she's gonna find a spot to secure her laptop so it doesn't just float around and get clonked around and doesn't
Poor
fall and
laptop.
get broke.
You keep it in your
Poor,
inventory.
poor
Yeah.
Doki Doki VI
She gonna
currently
do
being
that.
bullied by overwhelming technological superiority.
No, the Doki VI is currently doing its own battle off screen that I'm rolling to see how long it's gonna last. Because it is fighting back. It just can't deal with the ship at the same time.
It kind of takes. It's a very priority thing. It's like, oh god, it's
Jade
there's
is going to float her way to a port or window to peek out.
the Doki VI. Just you fucking suck. You know that, aliens.
Outside of the window, you can see some sort of strange, almost bone white and purple flesh like spaceship out there in the void, floating around with some either invisible or unknown form of locomotion. It has a couple of long tendrils reaching out over the ship where the light seems to be coming from as it scans over. And from this angle, you can see that it's actually got grid lines interspersed through the actual cone of light that it's shining.
Okay, well, she's gonna slowly, move away from the window. Captain, there is. It looks like some kind of bioship outside.
Oh, great. A harvester. Let's hope it just wants the cargo.
What's in the cargo?
Raw materials, gas, fluids, stuff that's way more interesting than we are, hopefully.
Hopefully. So just everybody stay quiet and stay still.
Well, we can't exactly pretend to be dead, now can we?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm only on the ceiling because it's comfortable. There's no way I can hide my bio sign.
I'd be staring at the ground if I were you, just in case gravity decides to come back.
Why do you think this is here? And they'll just tap the shield they're basically lying against.
Alright, well, I'm not going to reset your
Meanwhile,
shoulder if it gets delocated.
Oh
just
no, I'm already prepared for the consequences. It's just you know, they'll point back to their tail, which is aggressively gripping a handhold.
Ah, forgot you had that.
Mm.
Just bird. What's it like having one of those, by the way? Mine's just kind of flappy for when I want to glide.
It's useful, I guess. It's alright. It's like one of those. The most use I get out of it is stabilization. Now, if it's on somebody else, I usually use it as a lever for locomotive reason.
It must
Like
feel
when you
awful
want,
nice when you hang from it and your whole spine cracks.
it feels so good.
Just bird. Alright, officially jealous.
So everybody just stay away from windows, and
As the
maybe
one who
it'll
went
go.
to a window,
Yeah, but I had to check see what was out.
not
A
fucking
metallic
whatever.
creaking echoes the ship, and it sounds like whatever the thing is peeling away sections of the hull.
Hey, we need those.
Oh, come on. The door's right there. It's got an electric circuit.
Open the door. We don't.
The
So how did that thing? Did that thing just pull us out of warp then?
Yeah, it did. We've been interdicted. It can happen sometimes. Luckily, it's not the police, because the warp core I have isn't exactly well, it's not publicly available.
Mm,
I can appreciate this. Who just stabbed to get it?
I
That's
couldn't tell you.
interesting.
I don't even know where my sister got it, or if it just came with the ship.
Oh. I can appreciate this.
just poof here.
It's been a real pain in the ass to find mechanics that can actually work on the damn thing. Not many mechanics want to risk their face with strange matter.
So, anyways, oh, I have a beard now. I finally got your thing configured here. You know, like your multi-diner. Oh god, it's basically that fucking. It's basically that one commercial. The
There are
you
a
know the one
lot
I'm
of
talking.
that one commercials.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna mute and find it.
Okay.
Oh, ow, fuck. It's really.
There's the sound of some more metal bending. It sounds like a different type of metal, much bend, and then the sounds of bolts snapping and something drug out of the ship. And then the lights kind of go away, and hear a distinctive low boom, and there's a sort of gravitational ripple that goes through the ship. But other than that, and the obvious hole that the ship has now, which isn't leaking atmosphere, thankfully, everything
Thank God.
else seems to be in working order as the lights come on one at a time, the systems boot up. Sort of sounds like an old computer starting up, running through the physical disk RAM. Yeah, no, physical disk RAM.
Wait a minute.
And
Yeah.
as everything spools up, things get quiet again, and the captain's background music comes back on.
So what the hell are those things?
Well, I'll
Just
tell you in a
bird.
second as he falls to the floor and the gravity comes back. Ugh,
Bird just kind of flutters down. Heh.
landed weird. Okay.
Richard just hanging upside down from the ceiling. Mm.
All right.
Also, your warp core is basically the retro encabulator.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like an engineering joke.
I'm telling you that out of character.
Oh, it's actually not. It's a singularity drive. It's just a very early prototype.
But I mean, it's essentially just the retro encabulator. The
Yeah.
modal interaction of Magneto.
If you don't know what you're looking at, yeah, it's pretty much a retro encabulator.
What's a
The,
retro
dri-
encapsulator?
It's an
the
engineering.
drive knows where you are because it knows where you are not.
I have a minute video. I'll send you the retro encabulator. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Um,
By the way, the retro encabulator is a device that allows souls to transfer to the different planets of our game here.
boy,
no.
it makes so little sense.
Yeah, it kind of has to not make sense, because how do you transfer a fucking soul?
It's made out of Nunya.
Exactly. The lunar wane shaft knows where the soul is, because it knows where it is not.
This one knows where it is because it knows where it is.
And when it knows when it is where it isn't, and it knows that it isn't, and that it should be, this is called a deviation.
I hate because the whole video's accurate.
It is quite possibly the best bullshit that's still true.
I showed that to one of our civilians who is retired from a high level of security, or high level of clearance, and he's like, yeah, no, that's bullshit, but yeah, pretty much accurate.
Pretty much exactly how it works.
Alright.
Just
Did they
anyone
steal
who
our
likes logic
creation
is
engine?
mad.
The captain will kind of hold his head and shake and say, "Alright, Jade, turn around.
She will turn around.
Okay, you got your 3 lights back."
Hmm.
Okay. There.
Richard's
Let me
not
check
happy
those.
with her turning around. Hmm.
Also, your
Gonna
nipples
get
are
out of the
glowing.
ceiling.
Oh.
These good evening, ladies.
She will turn them off.
So, that, nobody really knows what they are. That just sort of happens sometimes. Take what they want. No real point in fighting them, because then they'll just take you instead.
Out of character, my first thoughts, oh god, the Tyranids are here.
The space worms.
No. I don't know if they're worse than the Tyranids, but it's pretty comparable to the amount of destruction they can wreak on a planet.
Oh, I
They
know.
seem more malevolent, or not malevolent. They seem more just kind of
Ben-
benign.
They're benign if you don't shoot at them.
Shoot at them and they will defend themselves. Understandable.
Shoot at them and they will benign you.
They will benign you in half and the rest of your ship. And then take what they want anyway. Some
They'll make
people call
your
them
cells
pirates.
multiply.
Some people call them the missing third precursors. And some people just see them as a eldritch abomination portion. We don't talk about the crazy too much.
Well, they seem like the patron saint of bastards.
For some people, I guess. They do just
Yeah.
kind of rock up, take what they want, and then
I can respect that.
at least they usually leave the ship in working condition, unlike pirates. And
Yeah.
Captain will go over to the navigation screen and start checking his inventory. Oh, great. Took antimatter.
Uh-huh.
I needed that.
No, you'll be
Sure.
fine. It's only extremely expensive.
It is expensive.
I
Well,
still don't like how we need that.
Need what?
I read up on antimatter. I don't like it. It's dangerous.
It's only dangerous if breach containment only
Which
happens
is
1% of the time.
it's containment, which if I remember correctly is in complete and utter darkness inside of a complete and utterly anaerobic environment surrounded by intense gravity.
Intense gravity and magnetic force inside a Faraday cage
Mm,
keeps pretty much anything out, and if anything quantum tunnels inside, it gets yeeted out.
At that point, you're not even paying for the antimatter. You're paying for the safety of not dying to said antimatter.
Pretty
Doesn't antimatter unalive you, but like unexist you?
It obliterates you. It technically does what's known as annihilation.
Yes,
Ooh.
annihilation. Where basically it cancels itself and you at the same time.
Basically,
Turns
you
you
just
both
go.
into pure energy.
pretty common
Hmm.
knowledge. It's a pretty dangerous material, you know.
Well, like I said, I tend to not look into the. I tend not to look into the how more in the how much is it going to cost.
That was what the sifters had in their engine, is they ran some sort of antimatter chamber and that let them run pretty much nonstop, which is why we constantly tried to wrap them up with band-aids anytime one of the pipes leaked out of pure fear. Mm,
That's smart. You don't want the pressure to drop.
Nope.
you know. They let that happen once, and now there's an entire glassed section of desert on the planet I come from.
Glass.
Ooh.
It must have gotten to the plasma chamber.
It was a worst case scenario. To our knowledge, the captain decided, fine, this fucking sandworm wants me, he can have me, and all that comes with me.
A noble sacrifice.
It rained monster bits 3 continents away.
Should we get a move on then?
Some random guy
I
supposedly
take
got
it we're
stabbed
not
through the ear by
there
a
yet.
tooth.
No, we are definitely not here. We are pointedly in the middle of fuck all nowhere.
Well, I'm gonna go down and check all the systems, make sure they're all right.
Alright.
Don't get
Uh,
do you need me to bring a towel this time? Are you gonna be okay?
No, I'll be fine. I'm just going
Are you
down to do a
sure?
system check. Hmm.
Eh,
go ahead and print yourself in a farmer's adjustable socket set and go ahead and start disassembling some of the cages that ripped. They can get printed out again. Place. The
All
hull
right.
itself, that's going to be expensive, but hopefully whatever we yank out of this station is enough to pay for it.
Captain, if you'd like, I'll spend some time latched to the hull with magnetism and I'll saw off sections of the station.
Uh, yeah, if it's a compatible enough material, you could weld it in place for now. That'll keep it patched up in case another one decides to show up and says nice access weak point.
Eh,
Make it spiky if you can.
it won't do anything.
Well, Jade's gonna go down to the creation engine to print out what she needs.
Just in case, we'll probably want to try and get some scrap from the station. In the event that we have to make, a welder in the middle and fuel.
You type in the farmer adjustable socket set and it's uh, adjustable.
It
Oh.
gives you a really big adjustable wrench. Get fucked. Here's your socket set.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's gonna go and do systems check and do what the captain said.
Is Raven still swinging their sword, by the way?
No, Bird is actually waiting their turn on the creation engine. They want to make themselves a spacesuit.
Billion back from getting shit.
Back. I've been here the whole time.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were here. Otherwise, I'd have included
They have been panicking about the fact that the fucking ship was stabbed. That
I
poor
mean,
fucking ball is probably fucking. It's not even a ball. It's a fucking oval now.
if I bite it long enough, maybe it'll repair itself, right?
I can imagine Olin using the creation engine exclusively to make more. Just has a mouthful of them like rabbits do with food, and it's just to bite them while stressed. I would do that if I had a marsupial, like a squirrel. Just Mhm.
At some point, it's going to start squeaking, and it's going to be very embarrassing.
You're gonna pierce a hole in it with his teeth and start squeaking.
I totally forgot to play this music during that encounter, so I'm gonna play it now.
Haha. All right. Give Olin some screen time. I'll go check on where she's at.
Yeah, so Olian been informed of the situation and had things happen. What do
Yeah.
continue to
Well,
panic and decay?
all I got from dealing with all that was, well, we lived.
Yes, we did.
Yes, this is good.
We did, in fact, all it wanted was some antimatter.
That's
Hey, what
expensive.
you do with antimatter is your business, not mine.
Well, we use it as a old aid, for all I know.
That's terrifying.
They use it for powering their cyber dongs.
They're not
It's also
cyber.
I don't know, I've heard stories of, like, brain domes on top of some of them.
That's creepy.
Very. Like, are they their brain? Did they them? Did they
Is it an
steal
amalgam
them?
brain?
Eh, Did they steal the brain? How did the brain? Many
Things that I do not
unanswered
want to
questions.
know.
Anyways, oh, we have Warp online again, so everyone grab onto something.
Jade will
Vivian
grab
will
onto
make sure to grab on very tightly to whatever she is holding onto now.
Burb has hopped into a seat and strapped in. Ah!
Aha!
Olin also goes to a seat and straps in, hopefully finding one instead of just focusing on chewing on his ball.
Aha!
I'm gonna go get me some food. I'll be back.
Okay.
Jade is hanging on, and once they're in warp, she's gonna do the systems thing and work on the cages.
Okay, you guys enter back into Warp, go up to the level you were traveling at before. Everything's all fuggly and weird again.
Once we are back in warp, Vivian's going to return to the creation engine. And if Olin is waiting over there, she's like, I'm kind of curious. What do you think I should have this make for me? Should I have it make this sword staff or this betum? Which kind of looks like a trident.
For you, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Trident thing. I just think that's terrifying with you in your hands. I just think that's just terrifying. Just that thought terrifies me.
It does look quite intimidating. And so she will select the spetum.
Oh, right.
I'm still amused by this one being called the allspice.
We know not where it came from, or what its purpose, but everything the allspice touches, it gives life.
Hmm.
Wars have been fought over the allspice.
Hmm.
Just the bird. War never changes.
Hmm.
Alright, where's Sedum?
It's in the spears right by the sword staff.
Here. Ah, okay.
Stab.
So, this one's gonna be a fast weapon.
Okie dokie.
If I remember, fast is left? Okay.
Yeah.
So, 1d10, and then if you throw it, it's a 1d8. It weighs 3 pounds and it's 7 feet long. Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Is anybody else going to be doing a thing before we drop back out of warp?
I think
Yes.
Dylan was gonna make something on the creation engine.
I
Alright.
am back.
William, what do you want to make on the...
Fire truck sounds?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there it goes. Weird thing.
Want to make on the...
Just need to make something that prevents when using electricity through metal object, it doesn't hurt me.
Oh, an insulator.
A rubber
Yes.
glove?
Yeah, sure. But if I'm the one generating the electricity, is the rubber glove gonna do a thing? It's just gonna stop it, right?
Yeah.
In theory.
So no, a rubber glove wouldn't be the ideal.
Okay. They want a one-way resistor kind of thing.
Oh.
It'll let the electricity out, but won't let it back in.
Like a capacitor, maybe?
I mean, a capacitor would work, but they make specific diodes for that. So you just need a really strong diode that only lets the electricity go in one direction.
Yes, and he wants to implement it with a dagger or something that cuts.
You'd be turning your AC electricity into DC. Is that alright?
Yes.
It would hurt more. AC is spooky, but DC is painful.
That is the idea. Painful is exactly what I'm going for if I'm wanting to implement it to a dagger.
Stabe. Zap.
Yeah, exactly.
Storm. Just
It's the
all
rumble
you
jet.
got.
And I'm going to
Oh,
stab
God,
it into their bloodstream, so whenever the electricity goes, it shocks inside their blood. That is the idea that I'm coming up with.
Alright,
Alright.
Arya, start.
So the creation engine can put a pretty diode in the handle of a knife and insulate the blade from the grip.
Good.
1d4,
Make
1 pound,
Make-
6 inch.
Good.
Fast.
Make that. Olin is actually in this point not looking like he normally does. He just seems to be overly excited about making this knife for some reason.
Knife has been created.
Just the continuous.
Oh, I forgot to type the name.
When
Gravy and biscuit.
I'm gonna call it the
Stab
diode knife. Yay!
No.
Fun time.
Call it the diode. Get it? Because they're dying.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly how I was gonna write it. You're right.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong document.
So fast. Missed a lot of that because you said it real fast for my brain.
1d4,
Okay.
1 pound,
Gotcha.
6 inch.
Is the throw 1d8?
No, the throw is a 1d4.
Okay, double checking because the butterfly knife was throw 1d8.
Yeah, the butterfly knife.
How about the heirloom knife? What is that one on throne?
1d6.
Okay.
Just double checking because I had different stats for throwing on the butterfly knife.
And for the sputum, let's see. The stack shape. What would you say that is?
The stack shape. I forgot we were using that system. 3x1. Pick up slots.
Okay. So this. I assume the psychic shield just takes up one.
Yeah.
It's a little thing.
Ugh.
Okie dokie. I see Vivian is going to have the opposite problem of Beatrice. Or Beatrice had all these clothes and stuff in her inventory that took up all her space, and Vivian has nothing. I should probably add her clothes, but don't think would add any armor, so it's just aesthetic.
Yeah, civilian clothing. No, civilian.
Still amuses. She's basically wearing some gray pinstriped vests and a skirt.
It's a good look. Don't laugh at it.
It is a good look.
I think it works for her.
Alright, so is that everyone?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
I will be
everyone,
right back. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. So you guys drop out of warp, and you come up on this sort of X-shaped station here. It looks very old by Terran standards. Not necessarily that the hull itself is battered or like stained with anything, but more
Interesting
so
retro.
it's a retro design. Yeah. Um, comparing it to the ship that you're in now, it's got a lot more sweeping edges and it looks a lot more aerodynamic. And it's sort of bubble shaped fake despite the section jutting out from it. And between each of the sections that jut out, there's a ring that goes around the entire station that connects to each section that juts out, and two long, uh, very simple scaffold structures that jut out from the top and bottom, as if it was trying to emulate a pulsar.
Haven't seen a station like this before. This is pretty.
Yeah, that matches the description. Appeared 500 years ago.
Mm.
Is this? Are we coming? Ghost mission? I don't mess with ghosts. I like the inmates. You can't see them, and then they stab you in the kidneys.
Why the kidneys?
I don't know what we're
Why
That's
the
gonna
the
find
liver?
on that
I
station.
think more fox spirit where it stabs in your liver and kind of eats it. You know.
is because kidneys are kind of tasty. They're like little meddly meat nuggets.
Your god wouldn't have given you two if I wasn't supposed to eat one.
Just gestured at Raven or at Zitron. Exactly, they get it.
Oh,
Note to self: protect kittens.
at some point my screen should off. Okay, this.
Just Jade in the background. Note to self. Kidding.
Alright, I suppose we can find an airlock or something. Things look like they have ship docking.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, we'll be using drones again.
Are we exploring with drones or just in person this time?
Drones would take a very long time. Station like this, get a scan of the layout of all the and some basic information like whether or not it's got pressure. Since it's so large that basic scan like my ship has, we'll be able to identify it.
Okay.
Types in a couple commands on his navigation terminal. And oh, that's concerning.
Mm.
What's concerning, Cap?
Post uh,
The original machine had a base plate of prefabricated emulate, surmounted by a
there we go.
malleable logarithmic casing, such a way that two main spurling bearings. Sorry.
Alright, well, we got a map of the station current state, but we also have a couple of warnings that make me kind of worried.
Oh, I see.
Oh no.
It's a biological circuit self improving. I mean, we're probably dealing with a very early AI at this. So,
Think it's gone rogue?
I don't know.
Probably gone crazy, being alone all those years.
I mean, 500 plus years of being in service and then having the only people to talk to and, fix you go away and die?
Oh
I
no,
mean,
it's a stalker. X.
Well,
well, let's
I
be
could
nice to it first.
see if I could see what its deal is.
No.
Hmm?
Do not try and hook your tiny human brain up to that.
And that's not even I don't even think that was meant as like a jab. Just literally, physically, your brain is tiny. That thing has got like ship brain.
Yeah, I'd probably avoid interface any of this on that ship if you can.
Eh,
If not, I don't know, use one of your worst cables.
Okay. She's gonna get the cheap cable that she bought.
God damn it.
mm.
The like two credit cable.
Alright, as soon as I see you convulse, I'm forcibly pulling you out of anything.
That's fine.
Wait, do you want to
But
go over there?
yeah.
I mean, this could come across as an attack, and we could end up with some weird old forgotten like missile battery firing at us or something.
Well, I'm gonna go print a weapon as well, real quick. I need to do that.
Alright, well, you're doing that. Anybody else, I don't know, everybody that wants to go onto the ship, up. Everyone that wants to stay over here and provide support, stay here.
It might be conducive to have Olin and I be the only physical boarders for the first gown. One, because Olin's physically large and he could overpower someone, and two, because I was trained to fight.
I suppose that sounds reasonable.
Right, but this is also a Terran space station. You're probably going to do some Terran biology if
And then we would have to take Jade.
yeah. Remember,
Hey,
early
don't put the
Terrans
computer
were
in your head.
a very paranoid bunch. Probably gonna want like a blood or fingerprint sample or something.
Alright, Boob Gremlin, come on, get your suit.
And she will print a suit, and she's gonna scan. She's gonna browse the handgun options that the creation engine has.
Well, there's a whole bunch of different airsoft rifles from. There's also a flare gun, a concussion gun, and a simple rubber bullet gun.
Nothing that shoots ballistics.
Nope.
Okay, what about rifles?
I mean, got the airsoft stuff.
There are no
Yeah.
ballistic weapons available.
Okay.
You can see them in the list, and when you try to tap on them, you get a big red box on the screen, insufficient situation.
Insufficient situation.
We don't need a crazy trigger-happy nerd putting holes in the hull of a space station. You know.
I am not that trigger happy. I was trained how to use them.
Yeah, okay.
All right, then. Give me the
An air rifle would be sufficient, you're aware, aren't you? It would break the skin.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna just get an arrow.
I know, because I used to hunt small creatures with tension rifles, which basically just use big rubber bands.
Or I could get the concussion, so that it could knock something off balance.
Oh, the kitty cat came to say hi to me, guys.
Oh no, it does more than that. This is the kind of concussion gun that cracks skulls open.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
The only problem
yeah.
is you gotta be on top of the thing.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's what Jade's gonna get, is the concussion gun.
Kitty.
Alright. While you're printing that out, Captain will inform you that it looks like there's 2 airlocks that you guys could choose from. You can either go to the airlock at 30, which seems to just kind of have a hallway that empties out into the void, or you can go to the airlock at room 9.
Mm. You said room 9 and room what?
Room 30.
30.
Opposite corner.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure both of those doors are trapped, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my legend correctly. I think I'm looking at least 5 traps.
Oh, yeah, no, you're getting a lot of error readouts on a lot of the doors.
Well,
Mm,
I honestly think we should go with the airlock on room 9.
well,
Gives
then
us
what
a
are your
little bit
thoughts?
Bullion.
Yeah, I'm getting the suit. Going where they're going.
Would you like to
They're
go
going
to
to know.
airlock 9?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll go to airlock 9.
I didn't want to go to 30. He said void.
True.
When I heard the word void, I don't like that.
You're currently sitting in a ship in the void. Why is void such a scary word? You could refer to a butthole as a void of life.
Exactly. Shall we go?
I don't know why rectum scare you, but I mean, yes.
Yep.
Zitron's fucking love that he's got the little horn holes and stuff with the fucking plugs. Got gaskets for his turns.
Now, about the whole getting the suit thing, though, I do want to make sure at least the fingertips can conduct his electricity a little bit.
Just the creation engine could probably put little bits of copper in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to make sure he can use that rather than him try to use something in his suit be like, nah, bro.
Yeah, because Citron put well, he's actually given all 50 feet of his copper wire to it, so it should have some copper
it's
wire.
got plenty of copper right now.
Kitty, I'm petting you. Stop getting aggressive and slamming it in my face like that.
Love me better, damn it.
You aren't loving me
Kitty wants
efficiently
more.
enough.
Me the way I like it.
Kitty needs more.
Shadow. Kitty.
Bow.
Shadow. Hey, just a kitty. Rub, rub, rub. Oh, rub.
Okay, I guess it registers.
One of those. What is the opposite of?
Okay, so you all suit up. The ship drifts over to airlock 9, and you all go over to the catwalk at the front of the ship and
Mhm.
jump over to the little landing pad. And door is shut. Enter into the airlock itself, and there's a terminal on the side of the door here that's just have a simple locking icon on it.
Alright,
So Jade,
Unlock. Zitron's idea just he doesn't know how it works. So his literal idea is it's got the lock symbol, so he's just gonna touch it and slowly try and lift the locking bar on the fucking assembly. He's using his brain the best he can when he doesn't know how these work.
hey Jade, you know how these ships work properly, right?
somewhat, yeah.
You do that. You do that thing that opens that door.
Okay.
And push the button.
The thing.
That was Zitron's idea. Is just maybe if I just coerce it, it'll unlock.
Well, she's gonna see if she can unlock the door and open it.
Alright, so you tap on the screen a few times, and there's some base dust on it, but after a couple of wipes, the lock icon switches to an open green circle, and
Mhm.
the door itself cycles and opens, and you're all able to step inside.
Hooray! I knew my idea would work. Just
Door will cycle behind you all after a couple of seconds of detecting no more motion. And there's a old what what's the vacuum tube style computer monitor set into the opposite wall with the other door. And it's got a sort of keyboard built in the bottom jutting out from the wall.
it's the Sevastopol.
Oh no!
So did they want Vivian to stay behind? Or did they want her coming along with it?
um,
Well,
Did you get a suit and did you?
I think the plan
everybody
was
just want to run across the fuck. Listen, if everyone's gonna go over, Zitron's gonna go back. Someone has to be on the ship just in case.
Someone has to be on the ship, yeah.
The
Or
captain will need help. Everybody doesn't have to come exploring the derelict.
All right.
Bird
Well, Vivian
requests
can
to
stay
explore
behind
the
since they were gonna go. Let's see. Were Raven and Vivian staying behind, or was
It sounds like Raven, Vivian, and John are staying behind.
okay? That's what I was thinking because you wanted the three to go ahead.
Bird is tweaking some colors on their spacesuit for a personalized touch. Next.
Vivian is standing guard at the door.
Jade's gonna kind of sweep the room, see if there's anything of interest or value. Well, anything of interest.
Olin would like to do the same thing.
Alright. Let me know if you guys can actually hear this or not.
Okay.
Let's all just do a perception check, why don't we? Never
Bird is
goes wrong
percepting that
for
their
me.
suit is soft.
Me and
That
perception
one,
check.
no, I cannot hear it.
No?
Welcome. Please identify yourself. What?
You can read it, but can you hear it?
Negative.
Ghost
Oh,
Rider.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear it.
I
Okay.
guess I could see if I can hear it.
Is it just
Ow.
like quiet?
Yeah, I had to turn my volume up for it.
Okay. Bring this up then, because I had music playing earlier and it was way fucking loud. Yeah. Better.
That
Yeah.
was very loud, but I heard her.
I could
Damn
not
it.
hear it.
I can't
Do
hear a
you have-
thing.
Are you
Make-
watching the stream?
God damn it, kitty.
Yeah.
Make sure your stream volume's turned up. Shadow, get out from under my table. Don't climb around back there where all the wires are, you big cat.
Let me turn it down some then.
Let's see if there's something
Okay,
wrong.
yeah, I had to turn my volume up, but I can hear it now.
Okay. Is that a good volume?
Yeah,
Okay. I'll have to
that's
remember
super
that
cool.
it's
I need that. I'm stealing that program. I'm gonna hack in your computer later and take it.
What is
Uh,
that program?
Alter Ego is a free Vocaloid essentially program, and it can run by itself. You don't have to run it in Mixcraft. It just allows you
Jesus.
to do a whole bunch of fucking shit with it. But
You're
it is a
older.
huge download. Like even with my relatively normal internet speeds, downloading Mary here, which is the smaller Vocaloid pack, took like 3 hours.
Gosh,
And
that's a lot
then
of data.
it is a lot of voice pack. And then they have another one called Bones, which is like 8 times as big and has a whole bunch of other presets and options attached to it.
Ooh.
Tattoo, tattoo. Is it easy? Oh God, she headbutted my face.
Thump.
Hello, that's my eye. I am Zitrun.
Jade. My name is Jade Amano from Terra.
Boob Goblin.
Just hear
No.
Snark come back from across the comms from the bird. Just
Olin, don't be rude. Identify yourself.
I am Olin. There. What?
Good job.
And Shadow, I don't have the Discord open right now. What's your name again?
Huh? Jade Amano.
Jade.
That's what she said. My name is Jade Amano.
Amano of Terra.
Dun, da, da, da.
Sorry.
you just hear nickname approved. Boob Goblin.
Damn it!
Oh, you show you so mean.
Why did they smell a bitch in here?
What? What was the last part?
Damn.
Can I make this box bigger? No, I can't.
Well, we could always try a logic paradox, but I don't think they're that dumb.
Oh no.
Up.
Up,
Ah,
up.
Davis.
The
Ah.
bunny.
If nothing
Oh,
else, you
no.
can at least read what I'm typing.
I
I
can-
can
don't,
only see the beginning part of it.
I see up to the last of
Yeah.
Jade's name.
It resets back to the beginning every time I click away.
Turns out Olin is actually just a new age space rapper trying to have in the middle of a new age or midlife crisis, and they're known as the Bunny.
Shut.
I'm the O rabbit. Not the B rabbit.
Damn it.
Specify what?
Your galactic region.
Oh, what region was she from? Would she be from what?
I don't know. Do you want to be from Terra Sol or Terra Nova?
Terrasol. And she's gonna look. Terra Soul. Glass. So, how long did it take for Terra Soul to come back after it was glassed?
About 100 years. Took a lot of effort from the elves.
It was able to be repopulated after 100 years, and it has been rebuilt.
Do you have proof of this?
And
They're standing there.
what proof would Jade have? Would she be able to? I don't know.
Submit for bioscan?
I mean,
Is there a way that you can scan me for proof? I am from Terra Sol.
Yes.
all right. Here's where we
All
become
right.
so fetish of being dominated by electrical entities.
Shh.
On
Where do I need
household.
to go for that? Where do I need to go to be scanned?
Please stand still.
She's gonna stand still.
Oh man, that hurts.
What?
A sort of red ring appears around your feet, and it sort of forms a cylinder around you. You
Mhm.
lose 50 HP.
Oh.
Oh. This is one of those. It's like a what is it? What are those fucking things called? It's like those radiometers that are not radiometers. It's like those spectropy readers that you just kind of like it ablates the surface a little bit and then scans the bits that come off.
Mhm.
Scan noon. Scan noon.
Radio spectrometer. Yeah, I'm not good with words.
Confirm.
At least not today. It's not a good. It's not a word day.
Can you hear the purr?
I cannot hear the.
Jade of the Russell.
What was the reason this station went dark?
That's probably.
Sis Songola sis.
There's an
COLLATSC. It's acceptable. Her English doesn't have to be perfect. She's a fucking machine.
Yeah.
A pretty one. Hey, baby. You ever see this?
What was the cause of the system collapse?
Boy, I'm not and annoying boy wonders that was a boy.
What? I am not, and then I am. I wonder if that was death. Does the station have any power?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a bottle of lube you're staring at, cat.
And she's gonna report back to the captain. Captain, we've got a. I'm speaking with an AI, and It says the cause it went dark was system collapse, and then I asked what the reason was. It says I am and I am not. I wonder if this was death. If that was death. Any response from the captain? Or oh, he's typing. Oh no.
He's thinking about it.
I was gonna ask the machine a question because at least I'm not a rude guest.
What are you
Oh,
asking?
limit supplies.
What is your identification and/or chosen name or designate? Anybody else
Just
is
because they
rude.
boop, that does not mean they bop.
Exactly. Sometimes they might even beat.
I am is zero website admin. I
Mm, I see.
Bird is going to step away for a moment to use facilities.
Then I
Alright.
shall call you Era. Like a small gremlin with a shield.
have you ever wondered what the inside of a star is like?
Uh,
You know, surprisingly, I did have that wonder once when I was younger. And then I realized it was a dream on set by several hundred pounds of sand slowly sitting on top of me because some asshole forgot to check under the pallets when they were loading things. Sorry, I'm having repressed trauma. It's not your fault.
uh,
Oh, God.
Date of the assault, are you endangered?
no, no, I'm not in danger.
She's almost killed us. She's danger to me.
I am not
Rude.
dangerous.
Mm,
If Regis are violent with you,
That's right. Um,
yeah.
can you point us to the registration? Can we use the terminal here?
you are here.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have to get you two registered in the system.
I heard.
Yes, we're quite capable of
What?
understanding.
Here, she's gonna walk over to the terminal to get them registered into the system.
Please place your blessing appendages on the keyboard.
I move. I'll go first with my appendages. Oh wait, which one's my dominant hand? Oh wait, I'm ambidextrous.
There's a pneumatic hiss and ow! It just stabbed you with something.
Yeah, yeah, it's not the first time. Ow though. Oh no, I gotta roll for it. Physical injury. Eh, All right, we're good.
Did that thing just stab you?
It's probably taking a sample for
No, it's
registry.
either
wearing
taking a
suits.
sample for registry or it's trying to clone me. Which, good
We're
luck.
wearing suits that are supposed to give us what we need to breathe. Could you damage the suit?
Yeah, I mean,
Same.
biologically.
You have been registered as Xenogast 1.
Woo. I'm zero guess.
Xeno.
Fine, I'm just gonna put my hand on here and just gonna trust things as you guys do, because that's what I'm gonna do. And fine, it helps.
Unless you
Hand
want
on
to try and pick a
thing.
fight with the station, I suggest you do it.
Ow.
Thank you. You have been registered as Xenogast 2.
No, great, fine.
I Xeno guess too.
Hey, Xeno guest one.
My name is Citron.
Okay.
I might not be able to watch this for much longer though, because I changed the frickin' quality. No. Oh, we ain't got much longer. It'll be alright.
Please refrain from contaminating veteran facilities with any biological viscera.
Noted. So I have to
Okay.
stay in the suit and continuously sweat.
Yeah, and if you sneeze, oh god, they're gonna kill us. You do you sneeze?
I have nostrils and a
Do you sneeze?
Maybe.
Jade.
What? What's
Is there
going
any,
on?
she's going to ask the AI. Is there any way I can be granted access to all systems and facilities?
Not as of now.
Is there any damage to the station?
Have you suffered damage?
No.
Good.
We need to take a look. We need to take a look around the station.
Why?
This station went dark 500 years ago, and
Yeah,
we
you
are
got
trying to
it.
figure out why.
This does not match chronological data. You are lying.
Being Jess. That's how you pronounce that.
Yes, but
I am not lying. What I'm telling, everything I have said is true. That is why we're here to investigate to see what happened.
Perhaps data does not lie.
Seems to have a hard time saying lie for some reason. Maybe it's the way the vocals are registered.
Just type it incorrectly with a Y.
Try LYE.
Lie. What, like, lie?
Perhaps data does not lie.
Oh, yoink.
No.
Yoink.
Can't do it either way. Alright.
Let's try it.
Perhaps data does not lie.
The AI.
Mm,
Okay. I guess she's just not gonna understand how to say lie. We'll just
Well,
chalk
she's
it up
always
to one of the many glitches it has.
Yeah. But if damage to systems or the station itself could have interfered with proper data collection.
Data collection is irrelevant to chronological measurements.
How long has it been since the station went dark? 100 years, you said?
Yes.
So it
Mm,
only thinks it's been. What were the events leading up to the system collapse?
What are you, a boy or a girl?
I'm a girl.
Noted.
you need to you need to stop letting it deflect your questions.
What happened prior to the system collapse? I need to know.
If you explore the station, you may find out, or you may not.
Mm,
I will I will. We will explore the station, and I will keep a close eye on these two.
Are you sure?
Are there any other life forms on the station with us?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. What do you mean, perhaps?
Am I alive?
Yes, you are.
Then phrase life on board.
We're going to go and explore. We will stay in contact.
you don't have a choice.
See you.
All right, come on.
And the terminal
Viewer this
turns
return.
off.
What did Bird miss?
Talking to an AI.
AI said the bird is gay.
Did. I saw
Oh,
it.
dear.
So I guess they're gonna go to the. They're gonna head to the door to room 2.
Okay. Go over to the door. And not automatically opening like every other door you come up to. Doesn't have a handle on it.
Is there a panel?
Just the one you've been typing at to talk to the AI.
Hmm.
You have been typing, by the way. It can't hear you.
Okay.
Sure it can't. Okay.
She's gonna go back to the terminal and see if she can access the door leading to the rest of the station.
How are you gonna go about that?
Request access into station for exploration.
Unspecified access point. Security overloaded. Access denied.
I don't think it'll be a pain in the ass. I need to find a security out.
What's this little? Is the little zone A right here where the terminal is, or is that another little door?
The the actual letter is just in the middle of the room, signifies where it's at. The terminal is off to the side of the room, 2 doors, kind of on the side wall.
Okay.
I mean, you guys could look around the room if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around the room some.
I perceive with a 67.
67.
Eyeballs!
Let's see.
Oh god,
Uh,
that's a lot of eyeballs.
that is a success. Looking around the room, it's sort of barren. You can see that there are some panels with exposed screws or nuts, and next to the door that you walked in through is labeled AL9, and next to the door that is opposite it is 6.
Jade got a 54.
Only
You
got a
also see
70.
the same thing, but you don't notice the airlock also having marking next to it.
Only got a 77.
In addition to the 2 doors markings, you also notice that the section of the wall where the terminal is jutting out from isn't completely.
Hey, that side where the terminal is at isn't completely sealed.
That's
Pointing
not
that out.
for now.
Fine.
Yes, I know, Norton. My subscription runs out in 4 days.
Ew.
Thank you for reminding the adware. What do
um, she's gonna go to the terminal and request the door to what was it? The room heading to. Hold the picture.
Welcome back.
So she's gonna request the door be open to what was it? L9. That was door number 2, or was that the airlock?
That's the airlock.
Oh no,
AL
not
stands for airlock.
okay. Not the airlock. No. No.
There's oxygen in here.
Do
Dude
it.
only has so much.
Mhm.
So what you gonna type?
Uh, the Citroen.
Yeah.
What's the letters to the door further into the station? The one that was locked.
I know there's AL19. And, damn it! I knew I should have wrote the second one down, too.
Laughs in dimly.
My head. Haven't
Whoa, the DM's being a gremlin.
actually a little lightheaded because I think I just started having a bit of inhalation problems. Okay, we're good. I'm alive. Ow, fuck! That was my head.
That's what you get. Stop trying to die.
No, fuck you.
That'll learn ya.
I can't remember. What were the other letters?
Has everyone forgotten?
I forget
Olin, do you
everything.
Well, I forgot because I just fucking experienced, I believe, a temporary asphyxiation and lightheadedness.
All
So,
right.
excuse me?
I'll give you a pass because you're having actual physio neurological reaction. Um, it was D9.
These
Mm.
nuts. Sorry. It was D9.
And she's gonna request the door to D9 be opened.
Is the door to D9 or is D9 door 9?
D9 cycling, please ready.
What? Okay, cycling. Please wait. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not the clearest. I have a couple of effects running on it, top of it, to make it less robot-y.
It's fine.
It's okay.
I'll just want to fuck this AI and leave.
No.
With a
I'm
hiss.
sure we could find a hole somewhere.
Do not put your dongs in the data port.
I mean, he wouldn't, but he would be the first to start a fight that way.
Please
So,
do not.
circular section in the middle of the D9 door starts to rotate, and before you didn't really even notice that there was a theme there, but as it spins, that's pretty much the only explanation you reasonably have for that part of the door spinning. The rest of it isn't. When it completes a half rotation, the door clicks and slides open down the middle. And further into the station, there seems to be a sort of viewing area of sorts, shrouded in darkness, with a curtain drawn over what's one of the walls, probably, and a few chairs scattered around. They look like comfy chairs, actually.
Hmm.
But it is also dark.
Do not sit in the chair. You just hear the bird. Do not sit in those.
This
Wait.
one's really just suspicious of the door itself for some reason.
It's like, wait, you guys are by chairs, right? Don't sit in those.
Alien. Mimics.
Alien mix.
I don't know. Mimic laugh.
Yeah, it was a great time. I
Jade's
laughed,
gonna.
they laughed, the table laughed.
We killed the table. Well, Jade's gonna look around for like a light switch or something.
Alright, give me a perception.
Okay, perception.
What's that?
Patata. Yeah.
Ta-ta-ta!
Back to back. 47. No, wait, 48. Plus because the plus one.
Alright. You're kinda stumbling around in the dark, looking all along the walls, feeling around the edge of the door. It's a success, but you still don't find anything.
Ask the AI to illuminate. There's a terminal.
Is there a terminal in this room or no?
There's not, actually.
I knew I should have had the creation engine prepare a damn flashlight.
I glow in the dark,
Good for you. Quite
and she
useful.
has headlights.
All right, Jade.
I don't think it's okay.
All right, anyone on the ship, can you tell me if there's any sort of pathogens in the air, and if so, is the atmosphere breathable?
So far your suits are registering that it's a pretty clean environment aside from some dust, typical human skin cell flakes and hair and all the other gross stuff that gets shed. Whoever was keeping track of things apparently decided to have a lounge right next to the airlock, and absolutely no space to store spacesuits, which is an odd choice, but I suppose this may be high class part of the ship where people just dock directly to the station, so it doesn't have any railing, guide lights, or anything to indicate that.
They probably just teleported on.
Well, Jade's gonna be the first, and she's gonna take the helmet off of her suit.
There.
The air is a little musty. It smells like dead plants that haven't been watered in forever. But otherwise, you can smell oiled wood recliners, that old cotton smell that you're probably familiar with if you've ever been
Yeah.
in like an old person's home.
Yes.
Ugh,
Well, she's
sadness
gonna.
and neglect.
All right. Well, I can breathe it at least. And she's
Alright.
gonna take the rest of her suit off.
Make
Thing
sure
is,
you have
it
your
was
clothes
good.
ready, because you kind of gotta be naked to get into the suits.
What?
You do realize how a spacesuit works, right? You don't just throw your clothes on. That's kind of how all spacesuits work. You don't. You gotta be butt naked. The suit itself is your clothing.
Well, she's going to put some her regular clothes on then.
All right.
Last thing we want is butt ass naked Jade, blinking nipples, walking around the station.
She's gonna turn her nipples onto bright,
That is
just
still
white light.
very confusing to me. Mm.
I've heard they just shoved what they call what the Terrans call LEDs in the dimple itself.
No, those are way higher quality than LEDs.
Those are high beams.
Okay, so the light that's coming off your nipples isn't exactly a flashlight. It's kind of a soft glow.
But still, just a little bit of light to kind of, maybe when they get close to something, maybe see.
All right.
Does
So
Olin's glow mean anything here? Wait, he's in a spacesuit. Never mind. He only has his head.
Yeah, he is in a spacesuit, but also it's about the same strength as nipple tits over there.
Okay.
Mm. If you want, one of us could go back and fabricate a flashlight.
Maybe they have flashlights here.
I'd rather use one of ours.
she's
I
gonna.
don't really.
Jade's gonna go back to the terminal and request for light activation for the light to be turned
D9.
off in D9.
Access denied.
Bringing up lights in D9.
She's gonna say thank you and head back to D9.
As you enter, the lights kind of gradually get brighter in a sort of almost grandiose display, and the curtain over one of the walls actually starts to retract, revealing the vastness of space. Too bad there's nothing to look at.
It's space. All right.
But what about when you pull up next to a supernova and watch it from the safety of your radiation screening?
And then it cracks and then you die.
Yeah. Probably how it'd go. Fucking random space devil just blink. Shit.
Is that a meteorite passing? Oh, fuck.
Random piece of space debris that gets caught and fuck off of the pulsar. It gets launched at the screen. Tiny little spider web crack slowly creeping across the screen.
Like, oh no.
Well, I'm
Just
fucked.
closes the screen.
It just
Where
closes
the
the curtain.
cheeseburger frozen from the outer space.
Like,
Well,
if you can see a crack spreading, you know you're already fucked and don't have time to do anything. May as well make it funny.
yep.
Gets out a bottle of super glue. This'll save us.
Just a roll of duct tape. I have the solution.
It's a piece of scotch tape.
The worst part is it starts to work. Wait.
Well, all right. So, anything else in D9 that since it's eliminated?
Yeah, there's some papers scattered about that you for.
She will pick up one of the papers to see what it says.
Welcome and congratulations for being amongst the first highest hyper speed travel. You are amongst some of the lucky, affordable enough or lucky enough to get one of the tickets.
Hmm.
Consider yourself wealthy at this point in time, because even if you're not now, you will be in the.
And she's gonna read that to the captain.
Oh, all right. One more item to put in. It's a pleasure station box.
Yeah.
Rooms a station does not make.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna venture further, and Jade's gonna fold up her spacesuit. Well, she's gonna kind of just set it on one of the chairs.
Yeah, that's good. Get that out of the way so you don't have to carry on a spacesuit awkwardly.
Yeah.
Stick it in inventory.
This one's gonna wear his because they don't hear any bitching about any foreign substances or
And
Tight.
Jade's gonna go to the next door to the door to room 5.
You're in room 3 right now.
I thought we went into.
Now D9 goes between 9 and 3.
Okay, well, what's going on in room 3 then?
Exactly what I described. If you're
Okay.
trying to go to the next room, you'd be looking for door D.
Okay, then what's this little alcove here to A?
That's a good question. Looks like a regular door.
Jade's gonna go open the door.
Open the door, and it's a really weird sight on the other side. The hallway seems to be normal for about 5 feet, and then it just kind of stops existing.
Uh,
Hmm.
It's not like open to space, it's just kind of not there anymore.
um,
It's a Sprite flavored void.
she's gonna ball up a piece of paper and throw it down the hallway. See what happens.
Yeah.
You can hear it fly through the air, but you don't hear it hit
Yeah.
anything else.
Oh, I don't like that. We're just gonna. She's gonna close the door. Nope.
Make note of that door.
Yep. Hallway into nothingness.
Gotta ask a question, though, Jade.
Hmm?
You know your history well, right? Your Terran history.
Yeah.
So this says that they were first to try this. Any noted things of bad space travel using this particular method?
Well, Jade's gonna do a thunk. What would that be? A smarts check?
Alright, skip.
Nope. Runaway dice.
Mm.
A runaway
68.
train of thought. Wait, what?
68.
Alright, roll again.
Yes.
No.
Do it.
Group hallucination science
Please.
lesson. Yes.
Do it, bitch. I'm the moderator. I fucking dare you.
75.
Alright.
Damn.
With a 75, you remember that Humanity's first forays into interstellar travel were typically slow boats, uh, usually generation ships, and if not that, then cryostasis ships. And sometimes the newer model of spacecraft would arrive to a planet before the older model would, and that was sometimes rather confusing for the new arrivals. But you don't remember any talk about uh, anything like this station, in fact. Um, Something this grandiose would probably have appeared on the SolNet at some point, but that's so fractured right now that it'd be pretty difficult to find any information on it.
I do remember that some of the first explorations into space were craft, slow boats that were either generational ships or cryo ships.
Ice
And
Masters.
by the time those ships arrived at the destination, newer model ships would have already gotten there. But I have not heard anything about this situation like this. And maybe there was something on the SoulNet, but the SoulNet is so fractured that you wouldn't really be able to find anything.
Plus, you got stabbed the last time you went there.
Yeah.
So what I'm gathering is there could be a possibility of anything on this ship or damages that we're not used to seeing.
Just in your guys' ears. Or even worse, nothing at all.
Yeah,
Well,
and then we wouldn't get paid.
I do know that back in the day, humans, well, Terrans were not exactly as open arms to other races.
You guys are pretty racist.
Yeah, just a bit.
What do you know? A sect of your people, enslaving mine for a couple hundred years. It's cool.
Well,
I don't hold it against you.
okay.
I don't. Colonizer.
Well, so just make sure you two stay close and don't slobber or sneeze on anything.
I'm literally wearing a suit full of extremely potent pheromone sweat for you.
I know, and I will sell it, and we will split the profits.
Somebody's going to get extremely high when I get all this off.
I would just here it comes right back again. I'd just like to point out that sounded very elitist of you. Don't slobber or touch anything. What are they? They're responsible responsible adults too.
You better be
Jeez, those things
careful.
are
She's
not
like,
you.
have you.
Jake's just kind of roll her eyes.
I saw that. I'm
You
assuming
didn't.
you rolled your eyes, bitch.
Well, well, the next door. Well, she's gonna take another quick look around, make sure she didn't miss anything, and then she's gonna go to the door to room 2.
Alright, as you approach the door, the console slides out of a slot in the wall.
She has come to be
The
magical
screen
girl.
flicks to life as you approach. It's got a crack across it.
Oh no.
She's gonna, step up to the terminal.
Hmm.
And what's the? She's gonna look up at the door number on this one.
P3.
She's gonna request access to door D3 or D3 to be opened.
This three is
Wow.
dramatic. Continue.
Damaged.
Well, we've already
She's
done
gonna
that.
look at the door again.
Wow.
The central cycling mechanism, now that you're closer to it and can actually see it, seems to be kind of off its center. And you can actually see the seam where the two halves of the door come together is slightly ajar.
Well, alright. She's gonna type in, is there any other way to open D3? Like a manual switch or a lever.
Manual is insufficient volume.
Volume. Okay. No. Jade. Well, alright, Citroen. We're gonna put those
Alright,
muscles to work.
bring me here just to be a physical labor horse.
That's pretty tone deaf, don't you think?
Well, Zitrun is being key man, I'm assuming. Olin is just gonna look around the room some more.
And physicality rolls. Ah!
Yeah.
He might have to take the suit off. His hands are currently slippery. He got an
82.
8.
Got a 8.
He got an 8 because as soon as he went to put his hands on it, slip. Fucking sweat.
Jade got an 82.
I got a 7. So yeah,
Okay.
Zitrun goes flip and gets a fail, and then Jade is like it kind of unajars itself and kind of pinches in place. And if your fingers were in the gap in any way, it probably would have just crushed them.
Oh no. Good thing she didn't put her fingers in the gap.
Yeah, I went ahead and breathed that one.
Yeah.
While they were being strong, I rolled a perception.
Okay,
It was a 98.
98 with a 7. That door just tried to eat their fingers. That definitely looked like it was on purpose.
Quickly, throw a rock at it.
She's gonna type on the terminal since the door is now seated correctly. Is door D3 operational again?
Beep, 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 beep.
Predictive with artificial intelligence every time.
What?
It's quite an accurate statement.
Did it just call me stupid?
Just let it
Not
happen.
really
Let it
coming over the
happen.
comms that well, but I'm going to assume that it did. What did you do?
Don't worry about it.
I do gotta ask
They
if this is
use me for physical labor.
if this is supposed to be a cruiser ship or something for people. Where are the people? Even their bodies aren't even here. I haven't seen anything like that.
Do you know how
Well,
aggressive plants are? They kill people.
well,
Shouldn't
Olin,
there
if
be
you want
something
bodies,
left?
we may find them.
Well, we
Jade's
haven't
gonna
gotten very far in.
make sure that her concussion gun is, ready just in case anything happens.
Alright. So 3 goes through the same motions as the previous door, and when it slides open, it does so with kind of a metallic squeak, and then something that you can't quite make out falls from the door and hits the ground. And before you can really figure out what it is in the blackish ash like colored blur, it kind of poofs into a pile of dust and, just an awful stench that starts to fill the room.
Oh,
Maybe you should put your suit
Corpse
back
dust.
on.
she's gonna click on the computer for lights to D3.
Bringing up lights, Mithril.
Okay. On my phone.
It's
It's
simple.
square.
It's a square.
So the lights in the room that you're already in get brighter.
Hmm?
You're in D3. You requested lights in D3 to bring up.
All right. Then what is this room? Is there a room number?
Looks like
Okay.
See,
She's
I'm
not.
seeing a pattern here.
Shit. She's gonna request lights in D2 on.
Bringing up lights, to bring.
okay. The lights come up in this room, and there's a couple more of those bodies strewn around. And I do mean just a couple. They seem to be strangling each other. What remains of their face mummified, uh, bony skeleton, left agape, and they're both lying on the floor in the center of the room, surrounded by knocked over tables, some alcohol stains, what was probably at one point a wine bottle.
That's
Well,
how
Owen,
I want to go out, drunk and
Oh.
fighting my wife.
Owen, you wanted bodies.
Good. That
Thank
makes
you.
me feel actually safer.
I don't know how seeing corpses makes one feel safe. Well, then again.
Why is the rabbit such a conundrum?
I've seen a lot of weird shit, okay?
She's gonna
You have-
step
A
over
lot of
body that fell from the door, and she's gonna look around the room some more for I don't know,
We'll
just
have
like
to
a general.
we'll have to find out what's in this room next session.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, that's the ship AI. Doesn't always listen. Has a bit of an attitude sometimes.
Sassy bitch. Liable to get punched by Zitron if he finds their AI core.
can't figure out how to say lie.
I feel like he would start a fight with a fucking AI if it got on his nerves. His lizard brain.
Because Lizard Brian.
Lazord.
Lizard Brian. Come here, Lizard Brian.
I'd just like to point out, can we stop putting breast in the small lizard's face, please?
She's not doing it on purpose.
It's starting to sit to him. It's starting to seem like she is.
She's not.
I mean, neither does Vivian.
Yes, those dice say that Vivian is accidentally doing that.
Well, no, his logic for Vivian is she's a cat. It's normal.
Oh, I'm
Humans
glad
find
he
this
fell.
to be arousing, so it's a subconscious thing. God dabbot.
It's like if he walks up and sets his groin on somebody, you're not gonna get mad. I mean, if he was to set his balls in, you'd have to lean over and then explain that they're there. They're quite large too. They're like the size of most people's stomach. I love biology logic. Just the testicles are internal. Make room. They must be enormous.
Well, you guys got a lot of space station to explore.
That we do.
Hey, if it's not some horrendous mimetic plague, we could take it over and make it fly, and we have our little jump ship, and we've got a station.
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I just do? DM, no.
What did you do, Durg? Oh my god.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile. No, it is not. It is very much not futile. It buys me time to live.
Dalek?
Ingratiate. Ingratiate.
Yeah, the Dalek would just murk your face off.
Exfoliate.
Exfoliate.
Caffeinate. Wait.
Caffeinate. Fucking dirty.
I
This
have
little
I have a
Dalek
cup
bug.
that has a Dalek on it that says caffeinate. It's like yes.
Cybermen are better than Daleks at one thing. What is that? Cybermen are better at dying.
And then just proceeds to
um,
murk the Cybermen.
just ha ha ha.
They don't laugh. They only exterminate.
Except for that one that got feelings.
That one doesn't
People-
count. It wasn't a Dalek.
That was a
Not
Dalek.
anymore.
He absorbed some of Rose's DNA and began to mutate.
Nope,
But he was
not a
Dalek for
Didn't
a little
laugh.
while.
It was a Dalek. That's literally why he wanted to die. Because he was mutating and not becoming Dalek anymore.
Oh
It
no.
finishes this self-solving problem.
Is this a humidifier in the shape of a cap?
Okay, so my response to that was immediate and violent urge to flee. If I ever saw a capacitor that big smoking aggressively out of one point, I would leave. That's a grenade.
Yes, yes it is. Even if it's plastic, at that scale, it is a grenade.
Drop and run.
Just do not. It's not even drop and run. Just run.
Yeah.
Leave.
No, guys, I'm gonna go. You have a wonderful day. Kill people if necessary. It's all right.
Ba ba ba.
Goodbye. See you next
Ba, ba,
week.
ba, ba. Ba,
All
da, ba,
right.
ba, ba.
That's
God.
a 35 volt capacitor.
Yeah, it's not even
But
that
the
much,
micro-
but still.
Oh yeah, it's only 220 microfarads. That's not a lot.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
to
Products will
get bit
flee.
by, that's a lot. That would hurt.
The amount of fucking amps the cap that size could handle, though.
Yeah, 20 volts, 15 million amps. Wait, what?
Yeah, we couldn't get the volts any lower than that. What?
It's like what?
What applications does this have? Mainline transformers. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Well, you saw that some countries are moving their transmission lines from AC to DC, right? Like between in between cities,
What? Why?
because you can go 6-phase DC. Yes, DC has phases,
Yeah, I know it
and
does.
it's an extremely, extremely efficient transfer of power. It also helps to sync up the frequencies of between those two cities, so that if power from somewhere else comes out, they can have a small reference point, a
Yeah,
small
but
reference signal, so that they don't, cause super irking.
yeah, but the problem with that is you have to make sure the electrons can actually move. Which, if the line
Oh,
gets
yeah.
hot, that stops happening. And DC
Well,
only wants to go one direction.
oh yeah, look at DC transmission lines. It's fucking wild. Like we're talking tens of thousands of volts. It's retarded. But apparently, the science is there that they're using it for power grid sync up, as well as transfer between closer cities. They still use the AC for transmission over long range, but
Yeah,
the
because that's
point
what it's
being,
good at. Well, I hope whatever black magic fuckery they know at least know what they're doing.
one would assume, one would hope, I should say.
One would hope. That's a lot of magic pixies in one spot.
Yeah. Well, here, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a second.
Oh
Oh
my.
boy. Here
Here
comes
we
the
go.
nerd.
If you never watched it, I'm gonna play it.
What?
Rockwell Automation's retro encabulator. Now, basically, the only new principle involved is that instead of power being generated by the relative motion of conductors and fluxes, it's produced by the modial interaction of magnetoreluctance and capacitive directance. The original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in a direct line with a panometric fam. The lineup consisted simply of 6 hydrocoptic Marsal vanes, so fitted to the ambifacient lunar wing shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented. The main
They
winding was a
say it like we know what they're talking about.
That's the
thermic
point.
semi-polarized solenoid slots of the stator. Every seventh conductor being connected by a non-reversible Tremie pipe to the differential girdle spring on the up end of the gram meters. Moreover, whenever fluorescent score motion is required, it may also be employed in conjunction with a drawn reciprocation dingle arm to reduce sinusoidal depleneration. The retroencabulator has now reached a high level of development, and it's being successfully used in the operation of Milford Trunnions. It's available soon, wherever Rockwell Automation products are sold.
They later improved on the design by completely removing the dingle arm, having switched to a digital instead of an analog readout.
Damn it. Okay, so high voltage direct current, HVDC, power transmission is also referred to as a superhighway or electrical superhighway. Most HVDC links use voltages between 100,000 volts and 800,000 volts. However, China did fuck with an 1100 kilovolt line over a 2100 mile period with a capacity of 12 gigawatts of power.
Oh, so instead of fucking around with hyperconductivity, they're just brute forcing it.
Yep.
Fucking
HVDC
humans.
allows for power transmission between AC transmission systems that are not synchronized. There you go. Early commercial variants of like the Soviet Union between Moscow and Kershaw used a 100 kilovolt, 20 megawatt system between Gotland, mainland Sweden, in '54. So yeah, they work. It's just ultra fucky. And again, it's 6-phase.
They're also losing a lot of that energy, but whatever. If it
They're using it in
deals with
Oklahoma
the
as well as Texas too.
if it deals with the
You help,
fucking
partner.
desynchronization issue, then more power to them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
That's
the
the whole
loss
point.
isn't enough for them to think it's too big of a deal.
It's not enough for them to care. They're actively fighting against other power plants to service people. I don't think they really care about a little bit of loss in the line.
Yeah, and I'd imagine if you used how the fuck would that even work? That sort of that sort of stuff is way outside of my understanding of electricity.
Good
I just
evening.
I don't work
Sorry.
on anything I work on everything under 600 volts. Anything over, and that's just not my call.
Yeah, I don't like working on high power lines either, but I at least know how they work. Uh, Just the circuit's big brothers.
Yeah. Well, electricity stops playing by it starts playing by a different set of rules that you didn't know you needed to buy the handbook for once it gets over about 600 volts too.
It plays by an entirely different set of rules as soon as it drops below a singular half volt.
And on top of that, let's not even talk about frequency because that just starts getting into the territory of fucking black magic.
Fucking magnets and coils of wire, how the fuck does that work? What is magnetoreluctance? Why is the scientific unit Webers over meter? Why?